In the military, you've got people that have dealt with legitimate fighting, legitimate battles, and legitimate war. The police aren't meant to be militarized. The police are not meant to fight with society. They're meant to police.
So it's Wednesday night, and it was pretty quiet earlier today. There was a lot of rain, but now a few people have been coming out and protesting, getting back into the streets. And we've seen a little bit of police movement, so we'll follow them and check out what's going on.
You know, all these protests and all this marching, do you think it's starting to work? And, you know, people are starting to talk about
Yeah,
this
it's starting,
issue and
right.
make
People starting to come together and talk about this issue as one, you know, as people. Now the people finally get a chance to speak for something. So now this is not going to be only racial. It's going to be, like, on political reasons. You know what I'm saying? I mean, this is a step above all steps.
We are Mike Brown! We are Mike Brown! We are Mike Brown! We are Mike Brown!
When you came in last week, there was a lot of positivity, a lot of enthusiasm, a lot of, you know, like a change in message, and then something changed and something went wrong. What do you think went wrong? Do you think there were some mistakes made, and, you know, any lessons to be learned in this past week?
Thursday was really good.
It was a great day, yeah.
It was a great day. And then Friday, people were upset at the release of the video. And while Thursday, there was, we talked about being transparent. And people trusted that. And I meant that when I said it. And then Friday rolled around. And it seemed like, you know what? Even though he wants to be transparent, something else has happened here. Is he really going to be able to do that? And there was a shift. And it's taken us a couple of days to get back to Thursday. And that trust. And that trust has been built with the policemen out here. Because I've seen it as I've walked down these streets. The community talking to them, shaking hands with them, and them talking to the community. I've seen it. But I've also seen the clergy come out and the elders come out of this community. And the activists come out. And I've seen the young people come out and talk to each other. And sometimes the greatest policing is policing ourselves. And so it is a good thing to see.
So in addition to, you know, the report being released, what about, you know, all the arrests and the tear gas and all that? Were those mistakes?
This criminal element, these agitators, had a pretty good plan. Let's hide ourselves and mask ourselves in the darkness of good. Then we'll create problems and use them as our shield. And then we'll run. And what happened is the other night, I said, you know what, I'm going to ask the public to go home early and let the agitators and the criminals stand out here alone. And we'll see a difference, and we'll pick them out and we'll remove them. And we've done that over the last couple of days. And we're going to make this community safe because before all of this, those same individuals were wreaking havoc within our community.
When you look at, you know, the way these guys are working here in Ferguson, the police, having the training that you have, I mean, other than just, you know, like pointing guns at people, but like, what are some things that you would do for crowd control, for instance, or when you're trying to disperse people?
Nothing.
Like
Nothing. Just let them. People are angry. People want to shout. I mean, when you're pissed off, you don't want people telling you to calm down. You just want somebody to shut up and let you vent. That's what you want.
When a gang of black police officers kill an unarmed white boy, never!
All the police should have done from the get-go is come out in pairs and just walk. If somebody wants to come up and talk shit to you, just let them. Just shut your mouth and let them. That's part of you being a cop. That's part of you keeping the community calm. Like, this is ridiculous.
Yeah.
How can the people here who already feel threatened look over at this and then not feel even more threatened? And you don't get more peace by bringing more guns.
Yeah.
But no, I think it's mostly you got a bunch of police that are not trained to respond to this. They've got, I mean, it's like people have been saying, they've got a ton of equipment that they don't normally get to use. Here's a chance to bust it out.
Yeah.
And there's been no accountability. everything the cops are doing is wrong. The way the cops have been behaving is wrong.
Right.
But nothing's happening.
Well, that was my other question. Like, I mean, there's definitely, I mean, I'm sure there are guidelines and sort of steps and procedures they're supposed to follow in certain situations.
In the military, we got, it's the escalation of force, the OF. And everybody's is different. So like for ours, for example, if we had a suicide bomber in a car driving towards you, you cannot just start shooting at them. You have to go through the motions. I can't remember all of it right now, but it's like you have to. It's like the 5 S's: shout, show, stop, chamber, warning shot. I mean that's the escalation.
Right.
It's not, and even then, you never pointed. Like, the fact that they've been pointing guns at people or rifles at people, that's disgusting. From a military background.
We still live in a society where we're going to have incidents. You know, if our nation was a nation where there was never any issues and every day was a day of peace, these streets would be crowded with people from all around the world. And so we know we're not perfect, but we need to be good.